What is goody, everybody? So this is my fourth NBA prospect that I could see that would be a pretty good fit for the Los Angeles Clippers. So for this guy, like it's not really possible that the Clippers could get um, my man John Butler with our own 43rd pick. So this guy, it would take like some type of trades in order to get John Butler. Like this is like the perfect prospect that I'm willing to consolidate our wing depth, not name Brandon Boston Jr. and Jay Scrub or Terrence Mann for this guy, because he has a lot of upsides, but he has a lot of like things that we could try to work on with this guy, but he would be a pretty solid long-term fit for the Clippers. Like for all the rumors that um they be saying about Marcus Morris that he might get traded, and you know me with Marcus Morris, I'm really cool with Marcus Morris. I am cool with keeping him, but at the same time, I don't mind trading him for a really good draft capital, particularly in this draft class, because again, there's a lot of good small forwards and centers that could help us in a pick and roll. So, and this guy, like, it's kind of like a Dominic Barlow type situation. Like, this would be a beautiful, like, front court to pair up with Yannick Nazoza within the really near future. But I wouldn't recommend playing this guy like a significant amount of minutes. Like, and as soon as he gets drafted, like he's more the type of guy that you would want to develop more a bit, just fill out his frame a little bit. So let's get into to my man John Butler. So this guy, he's a really good shooter. He's a solid ball handler. He's 7'1". However, I would definitely not want to play this guy at center. All right, because this man is built like a damn linguine. So he would definitely get pretty much he would essentially get crushed down low in the paint by every single average center. Because my man's like really damn skinny. He's like 190 and he's 7'1". So definitely do not play him at center. So this guy, like I would plan to use him as like a power forward, like him and Nazoza. Nazoza at center and John Butler at power forward. Like let's just say we trade Muck to a team like the Miami Heat or the Milwaukee Bucks. John Butler would is like projected to be kind of like around that range, and Butler he has a good amount of upside. So basically, he's a really good 3-point shooter. He's like 40% from the three. He's pretty agile. Um, he's kind of like a Walmart or Goodwill version of Chet Holmgren, like pretty skinny, agile, but of course, doesn't have much on the stats, not too much proven. And of course, his weakness, he would essentially get pretty much raped down low inside the paint if we're being real. Obviously, um, definitely, like just physically, he definitely work on him, but he has the tools to be like a pretty good, solid player, especially for a team like the Clippers, since we like to do small ball pretty often. But it could potentially be a jumbo like lineup if we draft Nazoza and you know trade for another like a late first round pick, like let's say a Morris for like a guy like Butler, Dominic Barlow, or EJ Liddell or Diabate. But but yeah, he's a pretty good shooter. Um, his ball handling is actually pretty promising. But he has the skills, but his physical, um, not the best, but it could always be fixed. Cause I mean, look at Kevin Durant. He can like bench press 185, like even once in the NBA Combine. So I mean, hey, you never know. You never know. All right, let's get to the where he's projected. So now he's like a pendulum. All right, like last time I checked, he was projected to be like top 19. I'm like, oh shoot, but now he's already projected to be a 32 pick. So it's a really fun wild card. So this guy's like a pendulum. So that's why I said you definitely have to trade like a Marcus Morris to get John Butler. And I think it could be a high reward for the long term because like let's just say we trade Marcus Morris to a team like the Milwaukee Bucks. Um, Rocco gets more minutes. Brandon Boston gets more minutes. The young guys essentially get more minutes, and you know, and especially Rocco would get the minutes. I don't know if I said Rocco earlier. And while John Butler, he kind of learns the game, just sit a bit. Maybe if Tyronn Lue like gets smarter, just actually play the young guys more, play John Butler in very like little minutes, like just like some brief minutes and all that. But I would just have him like just learn the game because he's more of the type of guy that definitely like just I guess more like it'll take a little longer to eventually like hit his upside. He's not like Nazoza who would just come in an immediate impact and just be a really great dude to be like to solve our big man problem. Like for this guy, it would take a little while, but the potential is just sky high. Potential is sky high, and I could see this guy to become a really good power forward. So do not play this guy at center, because like I said, he'd get fried as a center because he's still really raw. But let's just let the film do the talking. So this is him just doing a putback dunk, just hammer. All right, there's another one. Bam. So he shows a lot of potential to be like a really good lob threat. Let's just say like Reggie Jackson would miss the shot. John Butler would be the perfect guy to run it up, just jump back up, just put the ball up and just throw down a thunderous jam. So he's pretty athletic, so that's a big plus. So let's look at this again. So bam, dunk, and then look lob, jam. Like we could honestly recreate like a Lob City 2.0 with John Butler and Yannick Nazoza. Like both are pretty athletic. This guy shows a good amount of athleticism. Next clip should be like his shooting. So he's definitely a pretty good shooter. Like bam. Like he's the type of guy that I would rather have like use him as like a corner spot up shooting three, kind of like how we used Nick Batum and Robert Covington. And also he shows pretty much promising abilities to create his own shots. As you see, like how he just drove in, like just got to his basket, got his range, bam, boom, lay that bad boy up. So the potential is there. Just needs to go to a team that is patient with him and that has a good development staff. Next clip. This is just him shooting more threes, or actually in the mid range. Like he has that beautiful pull up. Like boom, 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 midi, bam. So he definitely has a shot. He definitely has the shot, and that is perfect. Because obviously he's a stick, so of course you need to get some range. You need to get some range, and thankfully he's really good with getting some range. And next would be so he's definitely just really high arc, just really good shooter, really good shooter. And like I said, if he pans out in a really good way, he definitely could be like a certified star, like or at least a really great role player. And if the Clippers select Nazoza and John Butler, have him as a front court, like Nazoza would be more the defensive guy. Occasionally just some offensive guy, just throw down some tomahawk dunks. But John Butler would be more the offensive guy. Like, of course, like both of them will be like a really good twin tower duo. Like John Butler would be the freakish 7'1" guy that would guard outside at the 3-point line, while Nazoza kind of do a little bit more inside, but also could guard outside if he could. So that would be our defense would dramatically upgrade if we draft both of these guys. Like that would be a scary like front court. Like especially with John Butler's 3-point shooting. Like that is something. And then I think this should show like his defense. So actually no, my bad, I'm tripping again. This just shows more of his athleticism, and this is just his MIDI. Now this is where the defense shows. Bam. So like yes, he's a really skinny dude, but he has a lot of promise of being a pretty good shot blocker just for the sake of how agile he is. Like he definitely puts 100% effort on the defensive end. My bad for I think I just kind of like screen recorders. I mean like stopped the screen recorder so it didn't roll. So my bad for that. It's just another one. So bam, just like that, just like that. Butler, bam, coming to the help and just blocked. Just swatted that bad boy back all the way to Australia. Alright, last clip. Bam. So defended the pick and roll just beautifully well. Something that the Clippers have like a huge fat kryptonite on. And yep, he just like versus a guard just swatted the midi. Bam. Boom. Once again. Swatted it. Again. Boom. Showed a lot of good protection. Again, just literally, he was guarding the guard like outside. And then he was trying to come in, but this guy just, nope, he just got rejected. So, this guy could be like a really high reward for us, like if we get him and Yannick Nzosa. But, but yeah, like definitely need to use him properly. Like, I would not suggest him to play at the center because while he plays pretty good defense, but he is more prone to get cooked by average big men because they're pretty big and muscular. So like kind of like a Christian Wood situation, like how Zubac just ate Christian Wood alive. So I would not recommend running him as a center. I would recommend him running as a more of a power forward. Like eventually when Rocco gets old, he can eventually ascend and be like the Clippers' main power forward because he has the power forward type demeanor. Like they would just sit at a corner, just wait to get the ball past him, and they would just shoot the three. And he provides just that, and obviously the size is pretty good as well too. So yeah, so let me just now time for me to give him a player comparison. So obviously one of the comparison I would give him is a Christian Wood because Christian Wood he's very skinny. He's not the best of, like being like a rim protector. Let's just say you got a strong big man, he would just get crushed. But he gets the job done. He can shoot the three. He plays pretty good perimeter defense. Essentially, he'll get a job done. So Christian Wood is a really great comparison for my man John Butler over here. Another comparison I could try to give him is Kristaps Porzingis, just because um, Porzingis is the type of guy that would like to shoot threes a lot, but does not like to bang down low. And this guy, John Butler, he's a pretty good three-point shooter, and he kind of has some guard abilities. But he would definitely not be able to bang down low just because he is pretty darn skinny if we're bringing 300. And yeah, I think those are the two comparisons I could give my man John Butler right now. So, like, if the Clippers get John Butler, that could be a pretty good steal for the long term. Like he may not provide immediate, but like he could definitely like just learn from the veterans and eventually grow. Like this guy has the upside. He has the upside, and imagine, just imagine this: Yannick Nzosa and my man John Butler as our big man duo. That would be scary. That would just be scary. Like I don't know what else to say. But yeah, that's just essentially it. Like, so this is my fourth prospect scouting that I did. So I'm gonna try to do as much as I can. And yes, like this guy, it would take a little bit to get to officially acquire him because, like I said, you cannot draft him with our 43rd pick because by then he'll definitely be gone. like as soon as you know it. So definitely, if you want to trade Marcus Morris, which is I'm really neutral about it. If we keep him, it's Gucci. If we trade him, um, John Butler, he would be the perfect guy to get back, or as other prospects I previously mentioned, Dominic Barlow, or EJ Liddell, or Musa Diabate. Like those are the options that we could trade Marcus Morris for because you know what I'm saying, Marcus Morris up in age, his value is like extremely high, and a lot of teams would love to get a shooter like Marcus Morris. Wow, the Clips could free up a lot of depth and you know what I'm saying, have the young guys take over and also give a lot of minutes to Rocco because Rocco, he's that perfect guy to start because like I feel like if Rocco got a lot more minutes, like especially to guard Ingram, Clippers could have definitely won the game because Rocco is just a guy you can never, ever go wrong with. But anyways, just let me know on what you think about my man John Butler here. Do you think should the Clippers like try to get him? But yeah, just let me know down below on what you think. Like, would you trade Marcus Morris for him, or is there any other prospect you would want the Clippers to select? Like, just feel free to discuss in the comment section. I'll definitely get with y'all in the comment section. And before I end this video, I would like to y'all to check out Clip Gang and Don't Bang video on Yannick Nzosa because we need to get Yannick Nzosa. That's our main objective for this offseason is get your Nick Nzosa in the Clippers uniform. But as y'all know, none but love. Have a great night or have a great day. And peace.